Brian.
Howdy.
How are you?
How you doing?
Good.
Your name?
What's this? Jeb. Jeb Winston.
Oh, you're the guy from the Craigslist ad.
Yep, saw the Craigslist ad.
Yeah, this is the beauty. This is my baby.
Oh, yeah? What happened to the pony?
It's fresh paint job, as you can see, no blemishes. I feather dusted the rims every 1,000 miles. Seatbelts work. Steering wheel.
Let me check this out.
It's 1,000. Actually, it's gonna be 1,100 with a comma.
1,000?
100.
My gram said there was a pony here. There's a pony.
Let me pop the trunk.
I like this though.
Yeah, check it out.
Look at this. Would you look at that? Pony. GXC. That's beautiful.
You could figure out the trunk on your own time.
Alright. Okay. There's tires. Got some tires. Okay. What about the USB charger there?
That
Was that included?
that'll come with the 1,100.
I have 1,200.
It's over.
Back to another installment of LJ and Law. My name is LJ Murillo. I'm here to tell you a story about a 14-year-old who unfortunately purchased a car and ended up getting ripped off. This minor was not well aware, but he paid a little bit more than he should have for that car, $100 over market value, which ended up costing him a little bit in consequences. However, what hasn't been said is the third party realized that they should not have sold the car to this child without asking for his identification. Under New Jersey law, a bilateral contract must be prepared by both parties being well aware of what they are entering, in fact. When the minor entered the contract in the state of New Jersey, he should have been over 18 to be able to have the capacity to understand of the contract he's entering in. Without this, he is nothing.
Hey. Nick? Nick! How are you today?
Swell.
Brian from the Craigslist ads. Let's get down to business. So, I'm writing up a rough copy of the draft. Right here.
Okay.
So, we got all these games, limited edition, everything. With about $1,500. These are the games that are going to come in. And this is all I'm giving you. This is the entire collection. So, I'm going to write up here the games you agreed to, and all as such. And you're just going to sign it, and I'll type it up, and I'll email you a copy, and we'll be good to go.
What about the other game that I want?
I don't have that yet, but I'll have it later.
Okay.
But I just need you, very quickly, to sign this contract.
Okay.
Just sign here. Initial here. Sign here. And thumbprint there. And we're golden, so these are games in the contract, and it's pretty much all you're getting.
Alright.
Be right out of it. Thank you, Nick. Nick, you said you want to see me?
Come in.
Hey,
Where's my game?
what game?
The game that was in the contract?
It wasn't in the contract.
I'm gonna sue.
No, you can't. Welcome to the second installment of LJ and Law. I am your field reporter, Brian Marin. And I'm here to explain to you the previous scene which just occurred due to the video game selling. And I'll explain to you how that lawsuit that's going to be approached is going to fail. So follow me, I'm going to explain. So, as Brian and Nick wrote up the contract, they only wrote up the video games that were being sold. That is true. However, during the discussion, Nicholas asked Brian when he was going to get the other game that he wanted. Brian said he'd give him that game. However, the game was not included in the final contract. Due to the parole evidence rule that we have learned throughout this series, we can specifically tell that any oral evidence included from before the final written contract, anything used before, anything said, that's not after, that has been included before, but has not been edited in, or signed in, or even included in the contract, cannot be upheld to court to sue. This is why Nicholas' attempt to sue will fail. Brian has done nothing wrong. The contract is valid. He is unable to give Nick any extra video games because they were not included in the contract. And I hope you enjoy the field, And this concludes our second installment of LJ and Law.
Welcome to my office, and welcome to the third installment of LJ and Law. We have a pop quiz today. Question number 1. How could the contract between the miner and the salesman in Skit 1 become not voidable?
How?
Only by giving up all parental support or by a legally sanctioned court procedure. Otherwise, the miner still has the upper hand in the contract as he may void as please. Question number 2. When may the miner disaffirm the contract?
What?
Both while a minor and shortly after becoming an adult. Now, in regards to Skit 2, question number 1. Why was the game not required to be included?
Where?
There was no written evidence, and the parole evidence rule prohibits this in favor of the salesman. Question number 4. What is the parole evidence rule?
When?
The parole evidence rule prohibits the use of oral testimony with regard to a written contract for any purpose after the final draft has been settled on and signed. This means the statement of the salesman had no impact on the deal whatsoever, and he gets to keep the extra game. Thank you all for taking this quiz. I hope you did well, and thank you for joining us. See you next time.
Oh, didn't see you there. Welcome to my office. Now, to conclude the final season of LJ and Law, I'm going to tell you some fun facts that you probably didn't know. This is our Did You Know section. Anyways, to begin with, did you know that any individual declared mentally insane or lacking capacity of some sort, for example, somebody who had a very bad day and is influenced by emotions, is not considered full of capacity and cannot fully enter a contract before it would be void? The same would go for any intoxication. Also, I bet you didn't know this, assault and battery in the state of New Jersey come as a package. Next time you decide to beat somebody up or verbally abuse them, think twice, you'll get both. And I know we've covered this topic a lot, but let's thoroughly explain this. Minors and necessaries. For example, I bet you didn't know that if for a fact the miner that in scene 1 that bought the car, even though he did get ripped off, needed to get to work to make money for any living expenses that would count as a necessary. Therefore, the contract would actually uphold, thus keeping him with a car, can't do anything about it. Also, any necessaries are bound for minors. They can't get out of them. Food, clothes, anything to do with shelter. Also, I bet you didn't know that if a child or any minor chooses to disaffirm a contract, any property received would actually have to be given back. One more thing. Also, if a parent's co-sign with a minor in any contract, they are liable for anything that the minor doesn't give. Because the co-sign is responsible. Duh, let's be real. But if the parents had not co-signed, they would not be held liable for any contracts the minor might have gotten himself into. Some people should learn to watch their kids, huh? I'm telling you over there in the back row. Also, I bet you didn't know this about contracts and minors. Misrepresentation of aid. I meant age though. But, let's keep this going. I'm the best that ever lived. So, if a minor were to say that he was not a minor, but then prove that he is a minor, that contract will still be void. And he still gets his way. Dumb kids and their fake IDs. That's it. Anyways, this concludes the final season of LJ and Law. Stay classy, San Diego.